Nobody, no crime. Well, not on my time. Eyes are watching, giving victims a voice. Raise your voice from Delphi to Camden, and there will be no more botching. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an alibi if you collect evidence in red Solo cups. If your expert says it just did, you might have a problem. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an
Hello, how is everyone? Thank you for patiently waiting. I'm a little late, and I still am a little late because I had some new things I had to do. But I am here now, and I'm glad that you guys are all here. Big shout out to Jolene. How fun was that morning / afternoon? She is fantastic. And if you guys are here for the first time, thank you. I am a newer channel. My name is Lauren. I'm a licensed private investigator, and we like to talk about trials here normally. We like to talk about justice, corruption, all the things. Personally, very passionate about missing persons cases. I'm also passionate about the community that I am in. And sometimes when the community has some drama, some things going on, that everyone is talking about, we also engage in that because that's what the community wants to hear. They want to talk about it. And also, I care about this community. I don't like people gaslighting this community, saying things that are untrue without at least the community knowing the full picture and the full story of everything. So today, that's what we're doing. We're discussing some of the drama. There may be another stream later where we're actually talking about a case. I have not determined that yet, but it's possible for later this evening. But right now, it is a drama. So if you are not a fan, it is okay. You can not be here, but we also would love for you to be here. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It helps us out greatly. Like I said, we're a new channel, which I started in January. So we are growing. We have a really good community. Our chat is always on fire. Very, very smart chatters. And they always get the point. Look, it's impressive, actually. So if you guys would give me 1 second, I just need to send this on its way. And then we will get down to business. Okay. Oop. Perfect. All right, guys. It's not wanting to do what I would want it to do, so I don't know what's going on. All right, guys. Apologies. Sometimes me and technology don't mix, and sometimes this is what you get. Sometimes it takes a second. So, anyways, you guys may have noticed the thumbnail. Usually we don't have streams about random people that don't really bring a lot to, our conversations. We've had some streams discussing some people who have been causing turmoil in the community. Also, I need to address something. Also, I was going to do that first before anything else, but let me do that. It has slipped my mind. So I was just told about this right before the stream, and I didn't have time to address it. Apparently, last stream when I had expert on, one of my mods made a comment that was derogatory about another creator in the chat. So I want to apologize for that. My mod's opinions obviously are not that of mine. However, I understand that with a wrench, people take it with more credibility. So that will be discussed and handled. But I wanted to personally apologize for that. I just found out about it before we went live, and that's not appropriate to be happening. This channel likes to support all the creators here in this community, and personal drama and beef stays elsewhere. I don't get involved in it unless it directly involves me. So I wanted to apologize, and that will be handled. I did not have time to handle it right before this, though. So just so you know, and everybody feels like it's transparent, because some of you may have seen it. I was in the conversation with him and did not. So that's why I missed it. Also, I fall back on my chat a lot. So sometimes I'll be like 30 minutes behind on what's actually going on. So anyways, all right, guys, I am uploading these for us to look at together, and hopefully we'll be done very shortly. All right. I also like to check in to see who's here, and I see Valhalla. Hello, how are you? We got Sav, and she's saying hello to our girl Kersey. Of course, Kersey's here. The Expert, how are you? Melanie, Claire. All right, Scripts. Just a nurse in Louisiana. Thank you for what you do. You guys are heroes. I have a good friend that is a nurse, and you guys do something that I personally could never do. So thank you. We love nurses here. I think the whole community really appreciates and likes nurses, because you guys are, I just couldn't do what you do, and you're heroes. Hello, Hellfish. Hello. How are you? All right. Hello, Miss Jess. Hello, Deborah. Nefarious. How are you? Darth Vader. Of course, my girl Pan is here. We got Mike Kryford in the house. All right. It is good to see all of you guys. Most talkative. Got Ruth. All right, guys. So today we are going to be talking about Oceans. As you know, Oceans Moon, they had a little channel, and they recently broke up. So they are no longer Oceans and Moon, gone their separate ways. And I guess it's a little personal. It happens, right? That's the risk you take about starting a channel with someone. You got to be really, really good friends with someone, in my opinion, to be able to have a channel with them. And it didn't seem to be like that was the case. So you're kind of seeing what happens when that happens. So just a cautionary tale. However, I had no issue with either one of them until I started seeing the things that they were saying about Aiden. That's how the whole thing kind of got started, where I was like, because this community is based off of basically wrong convictions, right? People who they have on trial for things that they haven't done, whether it be Karen Reed, Kelsey Fitzsimmons. That one is a very personal one to me. Oh no. Okay, I'm hearing I have a robot voice. Give me a second. I will switch this over. And give me a second. It might go out for 1 second. Okay. That should be better. Is that better? I was hearing I had a little robot-y voice. We don't want that. That's no good. Yes, Oceans is the blonde one. Hello. How are you? Hello, Jacqueline. Ice latte. You need to message me. I have questions for you. If you want to. If you want to. Anyways, thank you for being here. Sparkly Rabbit, how are you? And of course, Katie D. So, anyways, that is kind of how this community began. And now we have something that is not finished. We have Aiden's case. And for anybody, look, you can like him, you can not like him, but his fight is every single one of our fights. And I personally have a lot of respect for him because not a lot of people would do what he would do. And in fact, no one has done it before. So they are, I mean, it's a crazy case, right? We all know that. We talk about it here. We've spent time here going over all of his videos. Our friend Mary B and Kazi created that spreadsheet so we can help go through to find intent so that he doesn't have to spend all of the funds that he's raised with Mr. Betterow looking over his videos. That's a huge task. And we have almost handled that as a community. And like, those are the type of things that this community can do when we're sticking together and we're actually doing things. But in order to keep that community good, it's important for there to be transparency about certain people who are spreading certain narratives. But anyways, Aiden's fight is something that I feel very personal about, and every one of us should, because it's our First Amendment right to have freedom of speech. You had the very definition of the people he was going after and investigating, retaliating against him for investigating them. So it's the epitome of corruption. And he has to go to trial. More than likely it's going to trial, and hopefully the jury will see right through that. But that's something that we all kind of come together and we agree upon. Well, I've seen that kind of wane in the community from a certain creator, Muchato, right? Her support of Aiden has just stopped because he didn't like her show. And allegedly may have always had issues with him from the first time he wrote an article that was factual, admittedly by her, and she kind of held that grudge. So anyways, I've seen that friendship, or what she wanted to really hang on to, be twisted to now she has full on TBDS. Okay. So when that happened, even before it happened, I was seeing things from some of the people in her. I mean, look, I'm very careful with the term cult, but it's cult-like. Okay. So the bunnies, now some of the bunnies are fine. We have bunnies that come in here. And that is one thing I want to be very clear about. Like, I have people in my chat that are like, occasionally go over there, come here. That's fine. We literally welcome other opinions here. I'm very quick to be like, I don't block anyone unless, like, I think the first person we blocked was the other night when he wouldn't stop running his mouth about one of my friends and my guests. He got blocked. Before that, we hadn't blocked anyone. And I like it that way because people can say what they want. Just be respectful. Sometimes we can each learn from each other and our opinions. So, yeah, exactly, Side Eyes. Opinions are great. So anyways, this whole nonsense about, you can only be in certain people's chats and whatever, I don't like that. Now, if you're saying things in other people's chats, that might become an issue. I might not like that. And that's seems to be a fair thing, right? However, if you're somebody who dips around and likes to enjoy all the content, more power to you. Unfortunately, the other side is you have Machado's crew and the bunnies who do not feel the same way. So they're giving a lot of people a lot of crap for being able to enjoy people's content and get along with multiple people. They're quite different. They're not allowed to, or they can't really get along with everyone. And because of that, They want those rules for everyone, which is something I'm hearing kind of sparked a lot of the drama, the tea, if you will, between oceans and moons and their split. Moons did not want Hammy to be in other people's chats like Jolene's. Now, that seems very silly. Jolene is funny. She's funny for everyone. Why you wouldn't be able to partake in Jolene's content is beyond me, but mommy didn't like it, I guess. Hello, Rhonda. Good to see you as always. Yes, rabid bunnies, Dizzy. So anyways, we have, we always talk about noticing things, but not always speaking about them, not always, we just keep them here, right? And we just keep them there and then we notice. It's what I do a lot. I observe and I like it that way, right? Because I observe things, and there was things I was observing before the exit interview ever happened. And it was a lot of these bunnies that were in Turtle Boy's chats, in my chats, in a lot of other people's chats, showing support for Aiden. However, behind the scenes in other people's chats, they were saying quite different things. And I guess just thinking everyone was really dumb and blind and couldn't read, because we all saw it. Well, I wasn't the only one that caught on to it. A lot of you also did. And unfortunately, those people were oceans and moons. I specifically saw Oceans be doing it a lot more. I just think that's her. I think she's more outspoken than Moons. But it was in direct correlation of what this community is all about. And that was troubling, because I was seeing her pretend to be something completely different in other chats, and then come in here or come in Aiden's, say different things. I don't like that. I hate fake people. I don't like hypocrites. I don't like liars and fake people. They're all together, like lumped together as one. And that's my pet peeve. I can get along with anybody. But best believe I will pick up on it and see it. And that's kind of what's happened. So today, when we were enjoying Jolene's funny, stream and all the laughs, we had Oceans in there joining, which is not a problem, right? She's been in there quite a few times before. Once before, pretending that she and Moons and Jessica Machado were done, right? Just like straight up like pretending. I guess she was attempting to troll, but she was, I guess, just doing it. Anyways, it wasn't true. It never like happened. I guess she was trying to just get attention for it. I don't know. However, we had her in there today, kind of interestingly enough, doing very similar things as Machado does, kind of blaming other people for her behavior and saying that 7-Eleven and Moons are very terrifying. Like, they're really bad, just as bad as Machado, like all these things. And I have an issue with that, because you're a grown woman. And no one made you come in chats and say vile things. So I have a lot of them, and some of them are just like stupid. And so we're not going to go over all of the stupid ones, but we're going to go over the ones that I have, that to me, it's pretty messed up. And then something interesting happened, right? You had her trying to kind of get everyone on board with like, oh, I'm gone from her now. Like, I'm no longer a bunny. I'm no longer associated with Moons. I have seen the folly of my ways, blah, 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 right? And then something happened. It was very interesting. I'm sure a lot of you caught it at the end. One of the reasons I did it, she tried to plug her, I guess she's going to have her own channel, because it is kind of messed up, I will say. Again, we call spades here. It's kind of weird. It's kind of messed up that like they had this agreement apparently that Moons and her would both like support each other's channels, and they'd both get one, and then they'd, you know, make sure everybody subscribed and supported each other, and then they would go their separate ways. Well, that's not happening because Moons had like a petty stream or something. I don't listen to any of them, but that is what I've heard. She had a petty stream about the ocean. And so it doesn't seem to be really happening the way that they planned. Again, another risk you take when you join channels because of Jessica Machado's suggestions with people you don't really know. So I don't suggest it. It doesn't work out well. Case in point, this situation with the Moons in the ocean. So anyways, so I think that's a little shitty, but whatever. Again, I don't care, but it's a little shitty if I'm being honest. So anyways, I guess she was trying to plug her show or her channel that's going to be coming on. Anyway, she made like a super chat. Jolene made fun of her because it was like a $1.99 one, and was like, "You're gonna have to give at least $9.99 if you're gonna plug your channel." So I already knew I was doing this live after seeing all the stuff she was saying in the chat, because to me it felt very dishonest and disingenuous to get in the chat and try to blame everyone else for the things that you've been spewing for months. So I already had this live planned. However, when she did that, I was like, okay. So then I sent a super chat for $9.99 saying, hey, live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're talking about oceans and things that she did on her own, right? Jolene liked it. She was telling you guys about it. You guys are here. Thank you for being here. And then something very interesting happened. Oceans showed exactly who she is. You know, the person that she was blaming everybody else that whole 4-hour stream for? Yeah. She showed you guys exactly who she is and told me to bring my PI license tonight. Well, bitch, it's always on me because I have a private investigator's license. And the difference between you and me is I don't need to show you anything. I don't need to prove anything to you. I have real life job license qualifications. You apparently don't like that. So I'm pretty sure I know where you're getting your information from, but you sound stupid. And you couldn't be more wrong. Again, licenses, for any of you that don't know, licenses are public documents. You can go to whatever the state is that you're licensed in and check and see if that person's licensed in. See, so what I'm assuming happened is that 7-Eleven is, you know, and probably looked at the wrong state, a state that I've never claimed to be licensed in. I don't know. That would be my assumption. So I guess she thought she had something. Anyways, figure it out. Figure it out. Also, it's ridiculous, but thank you for showing everybody who you are, because no one made you say that. No one made you do the things that you did. No one made you say the vile things that you said about Aiden. No one made you do this, actually, while we're talking about it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. How we doing, guys? We doing good? All right. So let's share our screen. Okay. Now I may freeze while I'm on this other screen, but I am here with you guys. Ooh, what is that? Can you guys see that? Hold on. I don't even know what this is, but you guys might need to see it because. All right, add to stage. All right. I'm hearing that I don't have the best, like I'm kind of blurry. Is that right? You guys let me know how the reception is here. I don't know what to do about it because I've switched to the other cable where the Ethernet lives. Hopefully it's not too bad. I haven't seen anything. Please read chat blurry. Okay. All right. Please hold. Let's see if we can figure this out. While I'm doing that, I want you to see this because I scrolled down and it was there and I was like, what is this? Hold on. It looks like this. So enjoy this while I try to figure out.
Stole. You steal a lot. You stole from
The internet. Enjoy.
everybody.
For me, any profits I had, I didn't even think about it. I did think I'm not going to give it to Turning Point. They're going to make a ton of money or whatever. I'm going to give it to the Veterans Association. I have not taken money. I have not stolen. I have not profited off the death of Charlie Kirk. Original screenshot had like 7. Technically steal ashes, yes. I stole from people. I want it to be normal and believable and like authentic.
You are sick.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Is the video and audio any better? I had to go back out and come back in. Probably. It's perfect now? Okay. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. I know that's annoying. But I know it's even more annoying to have to sit there and watch it the whole time. So, all right, we'll try and see. Hopefully this works. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat and make sure everything's sounding and looking okay. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyways, so we're gonna look at this other stuff here. I don't know if you guys got to enjoy that, but it looks like a good compilation video. I think it was from Somerset Snatch Donkey, and then it looks like Casey Christie has a good one here. So go give them a like. Oh. No, pause. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Go give them a like and a follow on Twitter. All right, here. Let's find my profile. Okay. So, I'm going to share this with you guys. Try this again. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up this time. All right, share screen. All right. So, can you guys see this? Okay. So this is one. This isn't what we were talking about. This came up. So we'll talk about this first. It really doesn't matter. This was, I don't know in whose chat it was, but we have Oceans Behave, which is Oceans. Happy Indictment Day, TB. So there we have her wishing TB a nice indictment day, hoping that he gets indicted for a bullshit crime that he shouldn't be even charged with. So that seems nice. That's who this person is. So I don't know if her claims are that she was made to do this. Kind of seemed like it by what the stuff she was saying in Jolene's chat. But again, this is a grown-ass woman saying things like this. I personally think that's vile. She was saying a lot of things similar to this on the Bestie Verse, which is Jess's personal like Facebook group. Just really gross stuff. So I have a problem when you say things like this and then you go in his chat or any of the other creators who support Aiden and act like you support him. I don't like the two-faced stuff. Like, just be who you are for whatever it is. If that's how you feel, and obviously this is how you feel, don't pretend that you support him and like him and lie to all of us. Like, because we see it, and that's what's crazy. Like, I don't know if she thought nobody was seeing all these kind of things, but we were all seeing them. It's wild. All right, so let's go. See if it's gonna make me go over here. Aha. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. We're gonna come back to that. Okay. All right, so this is her on Jolene's chat saying, Jolene Lunzer, ignore her. She had her exit interview. So this is when she was pretending that she was done with Jess in the chat. But she really wasn't. She was just pretending, I guess. I don't know. She thought that was funny or something because it wasn't the case, like, at all. So, again, not a big one, but just kind of laying the groundwork for some of the stuff that she does. Okay, let's go to this one. So, I don't know. You guys were there today. What was it she said? She doesn't talk about Valhalla, right? Because he's a veteran or something like that. I don't know her exact words, but here we have her talking about my friend Valhalla. What? There are no calls, Valhalla. What do you mean? They don't have records. Because apparently she's on the Knoxville Police Department and knows all the things related to Knoxville police and swatting events or anything, right? She's the one who said also that I was texting Jolene and got Jolene involved, and then Jimmy called Jolene in. Remember that all that stuff came from her. So yeah, it's okay. But anyways, this is her talk about Valhalla, which was exactly what she said she didn't do today in the chat. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I saw a few people. Most of you were like, no. But I did see a few people like, oh, like, we're just happy to have you back. No, we're not. Like, no, we're not. Like, I'm glad that you've seen the light because they cast you out, but it wasn't because you saw the light. It was because she basically said, get the F off my channel. I paid for it. You did it. Go start your own thing. And then you have 7-Eleven starting beef. I don't even know what that beef's about. Don't care. But it wasn't because she just was like, God, they're vile human beings. No, it was because they treated her bad, which shocker. I don't know who didn't see that one coming. Whew. Man. Anyways, yeah. So here she is talking about Valhalla. Let's go over here. Let's see. I don't even know which one is next. All right. All right. Let's see. Not sure. This is this one right here. This is her friend Cajun, who also apparently now doesn't like Mushado. Trying this will make more sense in a minute, but this Cajun person who I didn't know until I received this screenshot. I didn't know who it was, but apparently she's a real gem too. So we're gonna come back to that one, and it'll make more sense in a minute. I'm trying to find this one. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the lovely Ocean, Jill. In that guy, I think it's BX something. I don't know. He was the one that's obsessed with Blair and his hoity-goity. He's the one that's like obsessed with him and always does streams about him. So here we have Jill Ocean Behave in his chat telling him and his mod, I dropped the link for court records. I actually think there's more than one time she was charged with fraud acting. Okay. So in case you don't know that she's talking about me. And then here she is down here with my last name. Now, I don't know how many times I need to address this for them, but apparently it's more than twice because they're slow. I do things which requires me to dig up skeletons in people's past. Put a 1 in chat if you think some of those people might not like it and get pissed. Because that's what happens, okay? People don't like me looking into their lives. People don't like me trying to find things in their backgrounds. That's what I do. I make a lot of enemies, make a lot of people not real happy. Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen any weird, crazy DAs who might listen to some of the crazy people who I was investigating when they come up with crazy accusations. Yeah. So this happened. What's funny is that they're focusing on the fraud thing, right? And this all happened. If you guys were there, you saw it. It was in one of the streams. We had the person who shall not be named, Aiden's ex-girlfriend, pop in. So apparently I said her name like in 1 or 2 videos, not talking about her or anything to do with her, because I find that boring. I find her boring. The story is boring. I've never covered a hearing, never covered any of that, don't care. However, when my friend Baker was being attacked by Machado and 7-Eleven, I was one of the first people who ever came out and said anything about it. Go back to my stream. I called her out and I said, people like Machado were disgusted by the person who shall not be named and their behaviors toward Aiden. However, you have 7-Eleven doing the same exact type thing to Baker and people like Machado taking her side and not calling her out, and also making Baker out to be something that he's not. And I was tired of it. The person who shall not be named did not like me associating her with 7-Eleven. Go figure, right? She didn't like it. She didn't appreciate it. So she came in here and I guess decided to thought she was going to drop a bomb. Like, why were you charged with fraud? check my criminal history. There is none. Don't have anything. No record. I don't know. Maybe ask Karen Reed why she was charged with murder when she didn't murder anyone. Because unfortunately, that shit happens in America, guys. It happens in other countries too, but that happens. The case was dismissed because it was bullshit. So again, this whole thing is stupid. Also, they're focusing on the fraud part, but they didn't even want to say is I was charged with operating without a license in Florida, right? Because my license to practice all of my PI stuff is not in this state. I do all of my cases in another state. So when this came up, that's how they charged me with that. And then anybody who understands how the law works, of course they can tack fraud on, because if they're going to charge you with that, that's an automatic. So the fraud sounded bigger and badder than, of course, what was actually the main charge. They tacked that on at the end. So I addressed it right then and there, and it ended up being a really funny stream. But so then these people ran with it, right? Meredith made something about, I don't care. Like, my PI friends, I said that stream, were like, congrats, you've made it. This is how it works. You know what I mean? This is not anything unexpected. People are going to come after you for looking up and trying to like dig up bones and you know, in their backgrounds. That's what happens. It's part of the job. It's one of the reasons that when people talk shit about me, I don't care. I don't care. This affects me none. But we will address it because I don't like fake people. So anyways, this has been addressed like a million times. And then for people who are like, you know, a little slow, who maybe didn't get that whole thing. Okay. So you had she who shall not be named, who like she wrote an article about it or whatever, because she does that with everyone. Again, great. I could give two shits. I didn't read it. Don't care to read it. I don't care what people say. What people are saying and thinking about my life is none of my business. Don't care. These people don't matter. So I don't care. Well, then, because she's lazy and doesn't keep up with anything, right? When I started calling Machado out for the disgusting and vile things that she was saying about my friend Baker, then she got pissed, right? She, I guess, thought well, it was all handed to her. I know exactly how the whole thing went down. I'm not going to say all of that on the stream. It's not, whatever. But let's be clear. Someone passed the information off to Machado, and Machado sent it to Meredith and said, here you go. Here, I thought you'd like to have this. It's for Lauren, and sent her this like information. All the while, she knows, because it was addressed, the charges were dropped. They were dismissed because they were bullshit. But they like to spin things. I have no criminal record. I have no history of anything. Good luck. It's really boring, actually. But you have Oceans, right? That sweetie. In BX boy, whatever his name is, that guy. That guy. You have her telling his mod that she sent the link for the court records. And then not only that, but she's accusing me and saying she's pretty sure that I was charged with fraud before. Okay, so you're an idiot twice, okay? Because that never happened. But here you are making some other guy who subsequently, because of her and Machado pushing it, went on and did some stream about me, which I didn't watch again. Don't give a shit about him and his 5 viewers, okay? These things are stupid, but they do what they think that they're going to do to get reactions out of people. I don't care. But when you're going to come in Jolene's chat with a lot of people watching and run your mouth and try to act like you were bullied and, oh, J7 and moons are so frightening, which I'll reserve my thoughts on that. But they didn't make you do shit, lady. You're a grown-ass woman, much older than me. You are the only one who controls yourself and your actions. Very similar to Machado. No one makes her do anything. It's always someone else's fault. So don't come in here to this community that I very much enjoy and respect and try to gaslight them. Not when they have shit like this. We're going to share it. So again, this is something I sat on. I didn't say anything to anybody about this. I received this when it happened, literally live. This is how dumb these people are. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I already knew she was like that. Also, like, that, okay. And I went about my day. But we were going to screenshot it because we might need it when she's trying to gaslight people. And now she's gaslighting people. So this is the ocean that most of you know. So yeah, it was funny how her whole time, oh, I can't tell you, Jolene. I'll have to explain it to you. I can't tell you over this. I'm pretty sure Jolene gets it. She's pretty smart. She is my mom after all. Come on. So, yeah. All right, let's go on to the next one. So, and then this one now it will make more sense. This is Cajun. She's in the same chat, telling them my full name. So again, I don't know really who that is, but apparently she is now anti-Bunny as well, allegedly. So they're really very sweet. Okay. Here's another one. Aiden doesn't know what it's like to stand up for women, does he? So again, pushing the Aiden bad, Aiden a misogynist for no reason. Now, I don't remember exactly what this tweet was regarding. I can make an assumption that it was regarding the exit interview. But I'm like, listen. If you're not on board, clearly you're not on board for fighting for Aiden, don't come and try and gaslight us that you give two shits about any of that. We see who you are. A lot of people have screenshots, not just me, a lot. I don't know. There was very vile stuff being said. I don't like fake people. I don't like it. Let's go back here. Oh, okay. Let's go to this one. All right. Now, look at this. This was right around the same time that she was in the other chat trying to get them to look at ex-court records where ultimately you can see that it was dismissed about me. Common Sense Investigator. Hey, Lauren. Heart. Good to see you. Bitch, I don't play. I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I like someone when I don't. If I don't like someone, I'm going to ignore them. But this is who she is. This is the contrast, and that's why I have this one. Yeah, the contrast of what she was doing, and then the contrast of what she's doing in Jolene's chat. It is. It's gross. It's gross. So again, yeah, it's mean girl behavior. And somebody said it the other day. It's like these people, I don't know their past. I don't claim to know their past, but someone suggested they were probably not very popular in school. They got picked on, and now they feel like they're popular because they have a channel or are friends with somebody. Again, they think they're famous. This is not, YouTube people are not famous. That's not how it works. The amount of times I've heard Jess Machado say somebody told her they were a fan. If we had $1 for that, we could all buy a house. This is ridiculous. It's not reality. It's all delusional. So I don't know, but someone said that the other day and it made sense to me. Now, does that mean every single one of them was like that? No. But it does seem like it could track. Cajun, if I'm boring, you don't have to be here, babe. Like I said, I don't care. If you're boring, if I'm boring you, then leave. Okay, I'm gonna put this one up here. Let's talk about TB because he's an asshole. Why? Because he called out your queen bunny for being manipulative with her tears? Because he was 100% right. So it's dumb. Again, you can come in here and say whatever you want. I don't care. None of this affects me or my presentation that I'm doing. So at any rate, no one cares about your thoughts, especially in here. Now, they might care in Moon's chat or in Mushado's chat. That's cool. They might care what you say. Here, we don't care what you say, and it really doesn't matter. So anyways, why you come in here, obviously, if you hate Turtle Boy, you're looking for shit to stir. You can go stir it somewhere else. No one cares. Anyways, so this is the type of people that they are. And again, I didn't even, that's the first interaction I've ever had with that person. Didn't know who she was when someone sent me the screenshot of what she was saying. Whatever. So these people they show themselves. And again, you guys got to see that firsthand after she basically tried to gaslight everyone in Jolene's chat, including Jolene, that, oh, I just can't explain it all here. I'll have to tell you the story. No, the story is you are a mean girl. You are friends with mean girls doing mean girl things. In fact, doing really mean girl things. And then when they tossed you out, then you're going to come cry to this community and say, oh, it wasn't me. They were so frightening and they're just bad. No, you're an adult. You make the choices for yourself. So, anyways, Sav says Cajun is a attention seeker. I wouldn't know because I don't know who she is. Like I said, I didn't know who she was when that screenshot was sent to me. Didn't care to look at her stuff. Didn't care to seek her out. I don't care. Again, when people talk about me, I don't care. But if it is someone that the community knows and they're completely lying or gaslighting, or again, talking about my friends, then I will come out swinging because it's not correct. And I will stand up for my friends every single time. Again, say what you want about me, but you talk to my friends, that's when I'm more than likely going to come out and say something. And then with all of the drama that's been going on since then, the community wants to talk about this. Now, there's still other important things we do, and that's what Jolene said that today. Don't let anybody tell you what you can stream about. Like, the community does want this. The community does want to talk about this because every single day it seems to be something new. Some other vile thing that is spun. Well, it's good I don't know who she is. It seems like I didn't miss anything. But again, whether it's them coming after Val, whether it's them coming after Jimmy now, Turtle Boy, Valhalla, Expert, Baker, me, Law Girls, Cyber Chick. I mean, it's your record speaks for itself. So if people see this record and they've been around, today I learned something new on Jolene's channel, that she was shit-talking Mel from Something's Off podcast with Mel and Rebecca. Apparently she was shit-talking Mel when she first started on the scene and had her studio. So I missed that whole thing, never heard that. I forget whose video that was. Maybe it was the Turtle Turns, which is a good channel. You should go sub to them. That was new to me. Also, like, directly fuck off. you don't know them, and you're going to, again, she was making fun of her for being gay is really all it came down to. And she was making fun of her looks while crying that people on the internet are fat shaming and look shaming her, which I still have hardly seen. Now I've seen a few people do it, but when she was a kid, she accused me of doing it. We don't do that here. Now there's a lot of things I could say, but I don't do that. Hey Meatball, stay safe. There's a lot of things I could say, but I'm not going to do it because that's not what I do here. I don't go to that level. However, when she cries about it, and then it's the irony of seeing something where she is talking about someone's looks, saying things basically just because of their sexuality. Let's be real. That made me mad. I'm like, why? Really? Really? And now, interesting too, because she claims now, right? I don't know today, but like last week or the week before, that she likes Mel. It's just Rebecca that she doesn't like. Remember that? Well, we actually have video of you shit talking her and making rude comments basically about her sexuality. Whatever is, what's up, Baker? Lauren, body shaming me and say, I'm so disgusted. My gallbladder is leaving my body. I am disgusted by it too. I'm appalled. How dare they take Baker's gallbladder? Okay, how dare they? Kaylin said, I'm bi. Let her make fun of me. Bring it on. So Kaylin can take care of herself. Okay. And Mel can too. But again, like, this is 2026. You got issues with people for that reason. Like, you're the problem. Who cares? Again, who cares? Who cares? But don't sit here and say, oh, I like Mel, actually. I just like Rebecca. But then we now found this footage, or Turns found it, that she never did. In fact, she was saying gross things. Everything that comes out of her mouth is a full-on delusion. And if she says one thing, I would be way more comfortable believing the exact opposite than believing anything close to what she's saying. Because every single thing that she says, we now have seen so many times her saying and doing the exact opposite. It is wild, wild. And you have people like Jimmy trying to give her advice. You have people like Aiden trying to give her advice. People trying to be her friends. She doesn't listen to them. Told her a long time ago what was going to happen if she continued to make 7-Eleven part of her show and her content. She literally has attached her to her show. How is that working out? How's that working out? Because now 7-Eleven is, shit talking, doing all the things about Arkansas Bestie. I don't know about any of that. All I know is Arkansas Bestie is pretty and rich, so I can imagine she probably doesn't like her too much. She's also now fighting with Oceans this week. I'm sure they'll be friends at some point later. Whatever. But she's blowing up even their intertwined little tiny tight Bunyan cult. She's even blowing that up. She completely blew up her channel, and they're two peas in a pod. So, everyone else doesn't want anything to do with them. But now even the people inside of the house don't want anything to do with them. That's how bad it's getting. Look at T, this Queen Bunyan, trying to be cool by shitting on her friends. Who wants to get She is just out trying to spy for Jaeyoung. Yeah. And that's the thing is like I'm not even convinced that Oceans is done with them, or at least done with Jess. I could care less. I don't care. Like I said, she's not done with her because she saw the light and is somehow realized it's because they were done with her. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, guys. That is all I know. Let's see. All right. We get some of your super chats. Genuine, you are so generous, not only to this channel, Genuine, but you are so generous to this whole community. I always see Genuine in there gifting membership. She is such a kind person, and man, we are lucky. All of us are lucky to have you. You always have really good insight, and you're extremely generous. Thank you so much for gifting 20 Common Sense Investigator memberships, making it rain like your J7 yourself. Thank you so much. And to all of those new members, congratulations. Put some hearts in the chat for, excuse me, for Genuine, and let her know you appreciate it. And Genuine, literally, where'd it go? Okay, cool. Iced tea latte. Excuse me, guys. I replied to your message. Thank you so much. Is it on Twitter? Okay. Hellfish Haven. Thank you for your super chat. Sound check. Yes, I did not see that, but hopefully everything is still good. Hellfish Haven gifted 200 jewels and says jammin'. Hellfish Haven also gifted 3,800 jewels for with a hound. I don't know, these jewel things are cool. I don't know exactly all about them, but I dig them. I like them. Silver Star, Wendy Lynn gave us a silver star for 2 jewels. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I know that when I'm watching people's channels, I like watching the jewels pop up. They're fun. And our girl Sparkly Rabbit gifted 5 Common Sense Investigator membership. Thank you so much. Sparkly Rabbit is also so generous to a lot of chats, especially ours. She is wonderful. I saw something on X that you are not feeling well. I hope that you feel better soon. Everyone go make sure that you subscribe to Sparkly Rabbit. She is a really fun content creator. You can go there, laugh. She gets up and dances. It's just a good time. She does trivia. It's a fun time. And so go give her a subscribe. Go give her a follow. And if any of my moderators want to drop these channels like that, I think Hellfish even, does Hellfish have a channel? I feel like she might even as well. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Side Eye says, still a bit robotic. Dang it. Okay. Hopefully it goes away because I've switched all the Wi-Fi things to all that we can do. Thank you. All right, guys, let me get back to this live chat here. So, all right. Yeah, Demi saying I like Arkansas Bestie. Yeah, I heard she has a channel or something. I think she is saying she's done with them. Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't know any of these people, but I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know why anyone would want to be yelled at 7 in the morning. I mean, that seems like craziness to me, but to each its own, do your thing. All right. Now, I want to check something because I wanted to, 1 second, have a little bit more tea for you guys, but I want to make sure that I'm clear on the tea before I spill it, just so I can make sure I'm saying it correctly. So I need to go check and see. Someone replied. All right. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. Um. All right. Sorry, guys. I know this is very Machado like with the dead air. Um. All right. Okay. So apparently, I love you right back, girl. Yeah, she's poo. So apparently, I guess when hold on. So I guess Oceans is also like on an apology tour because she has no one. Okay, so she apparently just sum it up in the things that I'm hearing, the sources that are coming to me and letting me know things here and there. Yes, Queen Val, we showed that. We showed that one. She's gross, and then she'll be in his chat pretending like she supports him, or in other people's chats pretending that she supports him. It's gross. It's two-face BS that I don't like. Like it's gross. And I'm sure there's other ones that I never saw, even but it's gross. Yeah. The YouTuber Ocean needs a whole new beach tour road. Well, and I think that's the problem, right? They pretty much tossed her out, and she knows she has shit on everyone over here. And so she was in Jolene's chat trying to gaslight everyone that she didn't do all these things on her own accord. Yeah, exactly. She helped B-Boy dox me, say all these things that, again, if you really wanted to tell everybody the truth, you kind of forgot that the charges were dropped because they were BS. Maybe you got to tell the whole truth. You can't just tell part of it. I don't have a criminal record, but it's adorable that you keep trying to make me have one. Still doesn't make it true, because just because you say it or whatever, I mean, it's stupid. Yeah, she's something. So, anyways, and then I don't know if you guys saw it today. She said something. Oh, I can't even remember what she said. What I responded to. Somebody called her out on saying awful things about someone, and she's like, "Well, I can explain all that." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "You said awful things and did awful things to me too." And she's like, "Lauren, let's chat. Let's chat. What? What? Please enlighten me. What we need to chat about." When you show me who you are, the first time I believe you. We don't need to test the waters. There's nothing for us to chat about. I can assure you that. I wish you the very best over there. Not here. Bye-bye. You don't get second chances here with me. It's not how I roll. I've seen way too many things to be fooled by people like you. So we don't have one thing to talk about, and I can promise you that. Yeah, she's gross. Everything about her is, dishonest. She's a flip-flopper. Whoever, depending on whatever chat she's in, she's gonna pretend to be friends with those people. I mean, I saw it here on my channel so many times. And I'd bring her up her comments and I would, reply back to her. And the whole time I'm thinking like she thinks that I'm so stupid. And like she wasn't getting that people see what she's doing. I don't know if that works in real life, but when you put things on the internet in people's chats down in writing, like it's really easy to see. It's wild. Anyways, let me see here. Okay. So this is what I wanted clarification on before I told you guys. So allegedly, okay. Thank you, my love. Yeah, and again, like I appreciate it, and I love all of my people who are here. You know, it still amazes me that people come and want to hear me talk because like sometimes I don't have anything to say much, right? And sometimes we just shoot the shit. We talk about a bunch of cases and we just talk about stuff. But also like what I do for a living and what I have done in the past for a living has made me the type of person that I am. So like all the people who think that they're like doing something by like putting out personal information, like doesn't affect me. People come in here on the streams, they make fun of like my looks, they make fun of me saying, I don't care. I will bring your comment up and make it part of the whole thing because that's how little I care about it. So I love that you guys are all behind me, but also like these people need to realize like it doesn't matter who is behind anyone. Like that type of behavior doesn't work on everyone. And if you're going to be a bully, you're going to get pushback. And that is directly what has happened to all these people. They were wanting to be a bully and thought no one was going to stand up for Baker because Machado and a 7-Eleven had 7-Eleven's money throwing it around everywhere. But surprise, people stood up for Baker because we knew all of that was not who he was. And then she couldn't believe that Aiden, took Baker's side over hers. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. And you have, your actions, you get consequences. And I don't know that she didn't learn that. In her younger years, I don't know, but they're slow. They're not getting it still as 50-year-old women. I don't know how old Oceans is, but we know Machado is 50. Like that's embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. I don't know. And this is not something that she just started. This is something that has been a long past. And we have all these people saying, oh, no, I knew her way before she started her YouTube years and years ago. And this is exactly how she was. It's weird. Hold on a second. Okay. So anyways, allegedly, when the swatting happened in Tennessee, we know Machado downplayed that and tried to accuse them of lying. I showed you a message or some chat message that she put in somebody's chat, Oceans. I think I showed you that one. No, I don't know that I did. Hold on. Let me see. That one should be here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Well, she was talking about Valhalla. I feel like there was another one. Hold on. Let me make sure if I have that one that I posted it. Okay, maybe I don't have that one. Anyways, so they were all up in arms about that. And again, that whole narrative never expert. Don't swat me, bro. That whole narrative never made sense to me. Ever. Because if you didn't swat someone or whatever, why in the world would you feel like you needed to provide proof? Expert never said her name, ever. Never. Like, it didn't happen. And also, like, why wouldn't you just come out and be like, God, I'm really sorry that that happened to you. Like, obviously, I'm not like huge fans of yours and we're not close, but like, that shouldn't happen to anyone. Like, I'm really sorry that that happened to you. That's really messed up that someone did that. But instead, it was complete defensive behavior, which is what set off alarms on everybody because of the way they reacted. I don't, again, you know, smart people who can read the room would get that, but I don't think they ever got it. They just don't get it. Let me stop sharing the screen. I'm probably driving Baker crazy and Valhalla. They're always like, take my comment down. Okay. All right. So, hi, Amy. Okay. Anyways, so, okay. So allegedly, when the swatting happened, Machado was trying to get like everybody to, well, she got to trying to get everybody in her little camp to believe that it wasn't true for whatever reason. And she kept saying, well, nobody has pictures. You don't have any proof. Like, as it's happening, people were supposed to like take photos. There's 30 people. There's your proof. So she kept saying all that. Well, apparently, Oceans and Moons had a live, and they were talking about how they weren't showing proof and like just, you know, Jess is just trying to clear her name and blah, 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 blah. Well, then Oceans apparently decided to say that, I don't know if this was like the same night or the night before, or sometime very close, her neighbor got swatted. And of course, Oceans being Oceans was like, I'm pretty sure it's related. I'm pretty sure like they, you know, it was supposed to be my house. It's all related and it has nothing to do with us and Jess's thing. It's just someone just doing it and targeting people or whatever. Huh? What are we talking about? And then people in the chat started saying, like, what are you talking about? That happened. So your neighbor got swatted on the same night or something like that. Well, that's interesting. Like, okay, can you like show proof of that? And then she couldn't. And so then I guess people kept questioning her about it because she had said it. And it's like, are you trying to make yourself a victim? What is happening here? Seems like a lot of these people are very similar to each other. And so people kept pushing it, whatever. Well, shockingly, the video, that live, they took that part out. They edited the video and did like a dirty delete of that part. It's just wild. Like, it's just wild. These people are all together in a little group because they're all similar, in my opinion. So it's crazy. Yeah. I know it's Volster. It's crazy. Like, there was literally a bunch of people there. And that's why it was nuts. And then, you know, saying this didn't happen all the while knowing that the FBI is looking into it. Well, I'm sorry, but the FBI doesn't look into things that are fake. You can't have it both ways. Again, had she just handled that situation completely different, nobody would have thought anything. I mean, again, I don't think anybody thought she did it anyways. That was never, she tried to make everything about her because she has to be a victim. Expert never said her name, like, ever. So, yeah, it's really crazy. Really crazy. Oh, take the right one. Okay. Yeah, Hippie was there. I definitely saw a cop with my own eyes. Yeah. It's funny how that works. It's funny. But again, you want to make yourself a victim and oh poor me, like they're trying to it's crazy. And again, like she hasn't even been on the internet in almost a week, I think. But you have all the residual damage of her people and the stuff that they're doing now. It's like all of these people are associated with her. And it's like I said a long time ago, she would never, she wants to say like she's not part of this community, which I agree, she's not. But she wants to talk about this community as if she's part of this community and she still wants to shit on this community. The problem is she has to, because if she ever was not part of this community, knowing her and all of her past and her long history of doing this to everyone, even close friends that have like decided to cut ties with her, she would have to shit on someone. And then who do you think she's going to shit on? People in her chat. And we already see that happening. We see 7-Eleven going after people that they were once very close to, or people that were known in that little bunny clique. How long do you think that's going to last? Again, I've said it before. I've said it before, you know, I'll say it a million times. Anybody that has correspondence with her should be terrified, because it will eventually come out when it needs to be, when it needs to come out, when she wants to make someone look bad. Any kind of correspondence you had with her will come out. It will be shared. It will be monetized, and it's gross. So why in the world would people want to be over there hanging out supporting that? Because eventually the thing she's doing to everyone else, she's going to do to the people inside the house. And it's already happening. It's just gross. I don't know. But, you know, again, the oceans thing irritated me. Because, you know, a lot of us saw her with our own eyes doing this stuff in people's chat and shit talking Aiden and then going in his chat and all that stuff. I'm just not gonna go there and gaslight people. Like, oh, Jolene, I'll tell you, but I can't tell you on here. Okay. So that's why I'm like, you know what? No. Mm-mm. And she's trying to act like, oh, she's changed because she's not associated with them anymore. And all of these things, right? And oh, it's them because, you know, they're awful, they're terrifying. Like, oh, Moon is so, like, I think she even said Moon's is scary, like as scary as 7-Eleven or something like that. Okay, whatever. No one cares. Even if that's the case, no one cares. But then you're claiming that they made you act these certain ways. And then what happened? As soon as I said I was doing this live, then she said, bring your PI license. I knew exactly she was going to react to that. That's another reason I chose to do it. I already had the thumbnail, everything ready to go because I was going to do it anyway. I had it up. But I knew she would react to that kind of thing. And she showed everybody exactly who she is. She's not associated with them, right? Not anymore, allegedly. But she's exactly the same. So, whatever. But how about those guest spots, guys, for the Jess Machado show this week? Woo-hoo-hoo! They are rolling in W's, like just rolling in the monies. She's a big steaming pile of J-Bro. Yeah, I would. You know what? I would take J-Bro over her. That is saying something, Mary B. Okay, let me get to some of these super chats. My girl Mo, hello. The screen name is quite ironic because the ocean is so beautiful and healing and life-giving, and she is a miserable snake. Yes, listen, you are a girl after my own heart. That is my happy place, the water. So when I was making this thumbnail, I was thinking that, and I'm like, God, what a waste of like a name that like should not be associated with this person. And that's why I put snakes in the water. So like we see each other, you know, we see each other. Okay, Googie, new member. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I also don't recognize your name or your picture. So if you are new here, thank you for being here and for subscribing. For those of you who are new here and you were sent over by Jolene, my mom, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here and make sure you subscribe. We have a really good, I call it our tribe because you know what? That's my motto in life is find your tribe and love them hard because that's what you need in life. You don't need a lot of friends, but you need a few good ones and ones that are going to stick by your side. That's always been my motto. And it's funny because Machado, when I came out and spoke out for Broken Baker saying, nah, that's bullshit. Like, he's not like that. Like, I know him. He's my friend. You're not going to talk about him. And no. She then attacked me because I was a smaller channel that had just started. So all of my content, and you see the little bunnies hopping around, spewing the same stuff, like the Cajun person who popped in. We're like, I'm boring. Okay. And no one is making you be here. Bye. Because that's what she was saying. Because her chats in her stream are so riveting. So anyways, the difference is nobody, like none of the other creators were saying anything about her or her chats until she started attacking everyone else. So that was one of the things she attacked me for. It's like, you don't have any subscribers. You're like, no one watches you and you're this and you're that, trying to make it like a bad thing to be like a newer channel starting out. And to me, it always came off like, you realize how dumb you look? I am very happy with having the amount of people that I have. I feel honored that people want to come here and they want to hang out with me. I don't care how many are here. I could care less. If there's 5 people here, then I'm doing something I'm passionate about, which is talking about cases most of the time. And so it's like the joke's on you. No one, like, that's not what I do this for. I have a whole like other career outside of this, but I do this because I'm passionate about it and I like hanging out with everyone. And so she would come and she would try to make all these like insults. She does the same thing with Law Girls. Just the stuff she says, it's vile. And that's why it's like the joke is on you, because I would still do this no matter how many people were here. But thank you. Again, we have a new member. I appreciate you guys. So if you're new here, you found a good place, a good community. We call ourselves, you know, a tribe for a reason. And I love when other new creators come in here and I can share their channel. My mods do it like even without me even asking, like, because that's who we are. This is a community and most of us love it and appreciate it and appreciate the fact that we have other creators who are all fighting for the same kind of stuff, like free speech, you know, the important stuff in life. So, Googie, welcome to the tribe, and I appreciate you and all the other people who have come in who are new here. Zelda Bobo, thank you so much for gifting 67 jewels. 67. Thank you. I don't recognize your avatar or name either, so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Salty Mom sent 10 jewels and a gold coin. Thank you, Salty Mom. And Zelda Bobo again sent 2 jewels, sparkles. Thank you. We appreciate it. Bitches be crazy. I love it. I love this handle. became a new YouTube member. Thank you so much. I don't recognize that. I would definitely remember that handle. That's a good one. So welcome. Also, for the new members, I am big on photos. I take them all the time, and I do a lot of photos for like my members that I'll post. And you guys get a little inside scoop into like my life, my animals. I live close to the beach, so a lot of beach photos. Hopefully you guys like that because that you get it a lot. You get a lot of beach, a lot of shelling. So thank you so much. Bitches Be Crazy gifted 5 Common Sense Investigator memberships. Thank you so much. That is very generous of you. Thank you very much. And congratulations to the new members. And Bitches Be Crazy gifted another 5 Common Sense Investigator memberships. Thank you so much. That is so generous. Mommy of 5, Gigi, became a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the tribe. And Mommy of 5, Gigi, changed my name, but I'm still Gigi. I was thinking it was you, Gigi. You always have Gigi in there somewhere. So Gigi is awesome. Gigi is amazing. A lot of you guys might remember her handle was Gigi has your back. And she does. She always does. She's great. She's always in Queen Melanie's chat as well. And we love you, Gigi. Amy Boston says this place is a whole virtual locked unit. Thank you, Amy Boston. Amy Boston also has a new channel, and she has been talking out about Machado as well. If any of my mods can drop Amy Boston's channel, please go sub to her as well. Thank you so much for your super chat. Mommy of 5, Gigi says that BX wanted to debate me. I laughed and informed him that huge he at least had to have graduated 1st grade, which obviously he has not. Facts, Gigi. Facts. Yeah, the only time I've ever watched any of his stuff was when like Glara was roasting him or like Jolene played like any clips. I'll go to sleep, Gigi. I will. And he doesn't know. He doesn't know about you, Gigi. You could take him with like one eye closed, half asleep. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi also sent a super chat and says, "Can someone please enlighten me on when damn bunnies started meowing? Those people are obviously el loco." Yeah, I don't really. Okay, so yes, I do. Yes, I do know. So apparently that the meowing thing is separate from the bunnies. Like she called her followers the bunnies for whatever reason. And then the meowing comes because that's how she talks to Jeff, her husband. And that's how she finds out if he's in a good mood. So she'll be like, "Meow, practical, meow, 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 meow." And like it's really weird. And so then her bunny started meowing. There was a story once, guys. There was a story once. I can't see the chat, but I'm going to stay right here or I'll get sidetracked. My ADHD will go somewhere else. But do you guys remember the story she told? I cannot remember what court. She was in a hearing. I don't remember. It had to have been like for Turtle Boy or Kelsey, because that's the only thing she's ever like gone into court for when she's had this. Channel up some court thing. She got there. I want to say maybe she was late or something. She sat down on the bench. A few minutes later, some lady came over to her, sat down and scooted over next to her. And she said she started meowing. And she's like, "I almost lost it in court. And come to find out, this lady saw me and she's a bunny," all this stuff. Again, now we know that, again, it's like the... Stop it. Do you guys remember that story? It's like the Good Morning America people, right? Or Lindsay Clancy's parents knowing who she was and being fans. Sure. And I think this lady was an attorney, maybe. Somebody will remember. Anyways, but yeah, the bunnies and the meows, it's complicated. It's weird. Still doesn't make any sense. Miss VUSMC, hello, love. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Common Sense Investigator memberships. Another person who is always here and so supportive of this channel. And we thank you for all you have done. So thank you so much. Mo says, I'd like to bring a motion from the chat presented by Mary B and has received overwhelming support to your attention. Ocean's new names swaps. Motion granted. Listen, anything Mary B does is hilarious, very smart, very gorgeous, and so we support it. And she does swap her opinion. She swaps who she is. So yes, I love it. Thank you. All right, let me get. Oh yeah, see, look at this, and I'm sure it's gonna stick. I'm sure it's gonna. Oh, swamps. I like it. Swamps, it is. Yes. Also, guys, Mary B has a channel. I'm sure all of you guys probably already subbed to her, but for anybody new, who's new to me, you might be new to Mary B. So if somebody, one of my lovely mods, could drop her channel, she's hilarious. She is the most creative person that you will meet, and funny. Her streams are funny. If you like petty, funny streams, you can just laugh. She has you. But then she also has a serious side where she arranged this whole like spreadsheet for Turtle Boy, so that we could go in there and check out his different streams, go in, look for certain things to help him out. And that, I mean, that's a godsend, because the amount of work that people were able to do because of that spreadsheet that she made is huge. So Mary B is a doll, and you all will love her. And go subscribe. Yes, YouTuber says she is neat. Oh, and she's pretty and smart. So let's see. Yeah, I think Expert's been in and out. I think he's been in and out. Yes, and she's most gorgeous. Yes, we love Mary B. What did I miss? Mommy of 5GG. Thank you so much for the 30 jewels and a flower. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, guys. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Moon's live. She is so sparkly. I can't. So, oh, pretty kooky. Hold on. I'm coming back to your comment, Sparkly. But hold, please. Pretty kooky. Hello. So, guys, talking about another, if you want to follow some great newer creators, I'm giving you all the options. Pretty Kooky is also amazing, also creative. I don't know if you guys have seen the prom pictures. They come from Pretty Kooky, and they're so good, and they make me laugh. She had one of Jolene that you might have seen, and they're fantastic. In fact, she's making a whole yearbook. It's great. So go sub to her. One of my mods will also drop her link in the chat. The thing that I love about like people like Pretty Kooky and Mary B is I am not an IT person, right? I could never do what they do. And they do it like this. Like it's so easy and it blows my mind. And I'm just like amazed by it. So go follow them. They're great. Sparkly. Yes, she is so boring. So one night one time Jolene was streaming. It was like late and it was so funny, but she played some part of Moons and I fell asleep. And then I woke up and I was pissed that I fell asleep. And I had missed like an hour and a half of the show. But I'm like, it's because Moons was on. Like it wasn't even And I was so mad I had to go back and watch it like the next day, that part. But yes, she's very boring. Yeah, she is. She is. The yearbook stuff is just, it's so good. The YouTubery says, all of us baby channels appreciate it fully. Pretty Cookie is cool as heck. Yes. Also, the YouTubery is great. I don't think I've mentioned you yet. Thank you for saying this because I am ADHD. Go sub to the YouTubery. They have fantastic videos and you will love them as well. And we have so many new baby channels, which is awesome. That's what's so funny is like these people like Machado are like threatened by their channels. This is YouTube. Like there is room for everyone. Everyone. So it is nuts when people get like offended by take things personal or whatever. Like it's crazy. There is room for everyone. So go sub and it costs you nothing. That's the great part. So anyways, okay, perfect. So yes, anyways, guys, let me see if there's any more tea here. Look at this. Anyways, basically, Oceans is on a big apology tour to people because she doesn't have anyone. She's been kicked out, but yet most of us know how she is. So like, she knows that she's not going to probably just walk back in here and people are going to be like welcoming her with open arms. But apparently like one of the big things is when they were together, people were like forbidden to go in other people's chats. I guess that's one of, I don't know for sure if it's Machado's thing or just Moon's thing, but if you were in people's chats that they didn't like, that was a huge thing, you know, according to certain people of certain people. And so that is the information I'm getting. And let's see. Apparently they also didn't like her jokes, guys. Didn't like Ocean's jokes. I mean, I can't even really say anything about that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bunch of drama. But she is looking for allies is what it really comes down to. She's looking for allies and you know, I don't know. Maybe if you hadn't, and that's the thing. Do you know how many people like are even in my chat that are members, that are like awesome people here that came from Machado's stream, who, and they haven't even been gone that long, but they're like, God, we saw the light. And it's like, great. And you like welcome them with open arms. This is like a given. We're glad like when people see that. But Oceans, like, you weren't just there, like you were participating in vile behavior towards everyone. Like an active participant. You sought out people to shit talk them, to ruin their names, ruin their reputations, wish jail upon them, wish that their, you know, children didn't have their father because they're in jail. And then you expect people to like welcome you when you have a falling out because they kicked you out. I'm sorry, but that's called karma. It's called reaping what you sow. When you're nice to people, good karma comes your way. When you're nasty and say horrible things about people, you can expect what you gave. So again, people can do whatever they want. Some people might want to hang out with her. Great. Do it. For me, no thank you. But she's in Jolene's chat spewing all this stuff. I wanted to come and at least show you guys the stuff that I've been noticing for a long, long time, way before the exit interview. She was talking smack about Aiden, about me, about so many other people. I think she said some really nasty stuff about Cyber Chick as well, and done some stuff to her. That's her story to tell, but I believe that that's also the case. So I don't know. It's karma. There's a thing called karma, and sometimes we get to see it, and but it comes regardless. Sometimes we don't get to see it, but sometimes we do. So, Grammy, hello. I don't know how to spell kata. Yes, that's perfect to me. It's you can spell it any way you want, especially with the poop emoji. We got what you say. Yes. Yes, Joy, it is it knows your address. That's what Queen Mel says all the time. She is always right. It does. And you know, like that's the thing. Like everybody's gonna mess up. We're all gonna do dumb stuff. But it's how like we handle the dumb stuff, and you know, if you can admit you're wrong ever and whatever, that's not good. And it's not, especially if you're an adult. Like that's stuff you might expect from a child. But as an adult, like a grown ass adult, that's a problem. We all mess up. And like the important thing is you learn from it and you don't do it again. But if you refuse to learn from it and it's everyone else's fault, then you're never gonna grow. Never gonna, and like that's in my opinion what we're seeing here. So yeah, I don't know. No one's perfect, but again, the whole like, oh, it's everyone else's fault because they were mean and scary and whatever. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Do. Let me make sure I got all of these. All right, perfect. Perfect. Guys, there may be some new developments on the Nolan Wells case. So if that's true, I may pop back on later tonight. That's all I really had for you guys. Again, it's not someone I ever planned on talking about. But after the behavior I saw in Jolene's, I felt the need to at least give a lot of you who aren't in everyone's chats, because let's be honest, we can't all be in every single chat all the time and we miss stuff. But that's the thing. A community looks out for each other, and that's one of the things I love about this community. And you have a right to know what was actually going on, and Oceans was doing all on her own without anyone holding her hand. And you make the decision about what you think about her, but you deserve all the facts. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming. Thank you for all of the new people who were here. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our small channel that is growing. We are happy to have you. And I may be back on later. I got to do some research as I was preparing for this to hop on. Saw some news, got to vet it. But if there's news in that case, I'll be back on. We're talking about the Nolan Wells case here on this channel a lot. So I may be back on later. Let me see who's live. I need to really figure out how to send you guys there. But I will at least tell you. Let me give you your options, okay? Let's see if anyone's live right now. All right. We have Rat House that's live. I know you guys are going to love that. Sir, we can always go there. Let's see. Okay, Beauty is talking about, oh, disappeared. She's live. Rat House, His title is How's Long to Die in Cold. Let's fucking go. So you can go to Chat Rats and raid him and say CSI raid. I would send you there, but I don't know how to do that. I need to figure it out. So you guys, if you want to go join Danny's chat, it's a fun place. Tell them all hello. I will see you guys over there in the chat, and make sure to say CSI raid when you go over there. And thanks for joining. And I will talk to you guys soon. Love y'all. Bye.
Justice for Kelsey. Keep that fire burning bright. Justice for Turtle Boy. Truth still putting up a fight. Lauren's got the receipts and that real CSI edge. Common sense investigator coming in hot, no pledge. Teeth blinding white, smile straight, killer clean. Girl don't need no milk, she's already pristine. Facts on deck, no fear, no holding back. Roll the credits, we'll catch you on the next one.